Hello everybody, Jake, your resident content cowboy here, yeehaw. And if you've been playing Warcraft Rumble from the beginning, you're probably at about the point where your guild is unlocking Sylvanas Windrunner. So I wanted to kind of make this Sylvanas Windrunner guide and talk about some deck options for this leader. I think Sylvanas is a really interesting leader. I also think it's really cool that I'm going to say something that maybe doesn't sound cool, that Sylvanas is not super busted. Honestly, it would be a bummer if the new release in this game was just broke, but I don't find that to be the case with Sylvanas. I think it's good, not great, and probably overpriced as a leader, and that's a positive sign for the game, because you wouldn't want the new thing that you could buy right away to be like broken. Trust me, coming from other games, trust me, you would not want that. But let's talk Sylvanas right here. So Sylvanas is a ranged unit. It is a one-target unit. It has the ability Haunt. This is one of its very special traits where it turns into a Banshee when this unit is killed. It does not mean you're necessarily going to possess an enemy, but you can. If you don't know what a Banshee is, you can see it right down here. A Banshee is a unit that just kind of leaps into another unit and gives you control of it. So there are really good trades you can make with a Banshee, where you Banshee an Abomination on the enemy team, right? A very high-cost unit. And then there's some kind of bad trades a Banshee could make. You could literally Banshee a chicken or a miner, and then all of a sudden you got very little value out of that Banshee. So that's a cool ability, and I think that's probably why the cost is so high for Sylvanas. They're thinking, well, not only is it a ranged unit that has a leader ability attached to it, it also becomes a Banshee. I will say there are a lot of situations where that Banshee just cannot find its mark, because once a range unit is killed, they're usually not in the best position already. So there are lots of other units around that can kind of take out that Banshee. It has decent damage and decent range, and it has the leader ability where undead and horde minis near it get 30% movement speed. Near it is kind of weird, so it has to be on the battlefield for this to take place. And this also sets up some weird situations where you actually have units kind of run out of its range. It's a little weird, but you know, giving move speed to some units is always nice. You could take some slower tanks, like something like the Ghoul right here, and you could set up situations where that actually can move a little faster and engage with enemies a little better. The talents for this leader are Black Arrow, Banshee's Wail, and Forsaken Fury. Black Arrow seems to be the choice for most players using this, and I can see why. It feels like it makes Sylvanas much stronger. Not only are you dealing elemental damage, so only resistant units really, make this worse. Like, it's kind of good against so many armored units and things like that. You also are going to pierce, and this is huge. So Sylvanas can now, from the backline, take care of waves and waves of units, which is nice. Banshee's Wail seems okay in theory, and so does Forsaken Fury, but it seems like far and away the choice is Black Arrow. The thing about Banshee's Wail is I'm not sure when it says stunning nearby enemies, how near is that? That probably wouldn't affect the Blackrock Pyromancer that could have just taken you out, so this might not have that much value. And then Forsaken Fury, nearby horde and undead minis gain fury. This is probably really cool, and I bet there are some good decks you could put together with this. I personally have not used it, but I can imagine setting up some good situations by giving fury to units nearby. By the way, I think I should mention Fury, if you were to take that leader trait, is that trait where when they're in combat, their attack speed continuously ramps up. So you could really set up some cool situations around this character. Let's talk about some deck options for Sylvanas. If you've watched some of my other videos, you know how much I love things like Quillbore, Whelp Eggs, Safe Pilot, so I'm not going to talk too much about that. I'm going to try to make a little more interesting deck here. That being said, there are some units that just find a spot inside of every deck, and they make them work really well, whether that be PvP or PvE. But let's talk about some cool units. I think a Ghoul is a great option for Sylvanas. Like I said, this is going to get some extra movement speed because of Sylvanas right here, and it's already a pretty strong tank that only costs 2 gold, which is really nice. We could put down a Necromancer just to fill our other undead slot. You also could start to swap things in like a Gargoyle if you want to set up kind of a base push situation. Gargoyle is obviously a super good unit, super cheesy, kind of difficult for certain decks to counter. And then, of course, I think something like Skeletons or Skeletal Party is also really solid in this undead slot. I want to test out the Plague Farmer here with this deck because I love the Plague Farmer and I think it kind of is not good sometimes. So I think it would be cool to mess around with this a bit. You've also got a Horde slot here as your kind of leader army upgrades. I have the Stonehoof Tauren right here, but of course there are lots of great options. You know, things like Dark Spear Troll is really, really solid. I don't really think you could have an Earth Shaman unless you were bringing another like really powerful tank. You could have a Warsong Raider. You could run something like Sappers or even Chain Lightning to deal with some AoE situations as well. Outside of that, your other 3 slots are going to be, you know, either blank or upgraded based on your preferences. So this is where you can slot in lots of things again, like Quillbore, Pyromancer, Safe Pilot, lots of units like that. But let's put together kind of a fun Sylvanas themed deck. All right, so we got something a little fun, a little silly right here, using some of the, you know, kind of the combination with Sylvanas. We've got the Ghoul, which is going to be a nice tank for us. We've got the Plague Farmer, which we're going to try to use to deal with some AoE near Sylvanas, low cost. Dark Spear Troll, also low cost, but good damage from range. We're going to use Quillbore and Ghoul for our main tanks here. And of course, like I said, I could have Safe Pilot, Whelp Eggs, and stuff like that in here, but I want to try some fun stuff. So let's throw in a Polymorph right here. What this is going to do is we're going to polymorph our enemies, and hopefully Sylvanas will be able to kind of run through them with like kind of the ranged damage of Sylvanas and one of its other kind of supporters here. And then we'll throw in a Griffin Rider for a little bit of flying and also some nice range as well. All right, let's take this thing into PvP. Okay, looks like we're going up against a Cairn right here. So if we could get Sylvanas to somehow Banshee the Cairn, that would be really cool, but also, of course, really hard to do. Let's see here. We've got no one to take a chest yet. I'm going to try to fight off their miner here, and I'm going to throw my miner walking up this way. They're putting a Huntress down the center here, which I'm not too stressed about. Let's try our push here. We'll do Ghoul and Sylvanas. Sadly, our Plague Farmer's going to go. And boom, we're going to polymorph this group. Oh, we barely didn't get him while he was golden. All right, all right. We got close, we got close. Not able to stop this push yet. Let's throw in a Plague Farmer. Do a little damage right here. Oops, I put him too close to the base. Mistakes were made. We're now walking towards their base, though. Actually made a good push right here. And we're going to be able to Banshee. Nope. That's that situation I was talking about where you just don't get to Banshee because you've kind of already lost a fight. It's a bit of a bummer sometimes. We got Ghoul right here. We're just going to polymorph this group. We got the 1 gold back from killing the golden one. Gonna move up here. Oop, unfortunately, our the height issue there is going to be a problem. We got him. Kind of walking towards this base, but there's really nothing to do for him right here. Finally, we Bansheed. All right, we got ourselves a Stonehoof Tauren for free, for the cost of free, baby. That's pretty nice. Let's just go ahead and tank right here, and I'll throw a Sylvanas heading up that way. Another Plague Farmer walking up the middle. Maybe we can get a little damage right here. We got Cairn pushing towards our Ghoul, and we actually are putting some damage on the tower right there. Got both of our trolls. Just barely got it. Nice. I don't have a tank to send here. Don't yet have a Quillbore. Sylvanas going to do some damage right here. I think Quillbore is going to take the aggro of the tower, and then I could Banshee. Let's see. Yes, it did. Ooh! That's a really good strategy. Wow. So once Sylvanas goes down, the aggro switches, and something closer to the tower is actually going to get caught there. That's really cool to know. That's a cool strat. I need a Quillbore here. Let's see if we can polymorph in time. Looks like we did. Saved our bacon there. Oh no! Safe Pilot. Is it gonna get us? Oh! But we got the Banshee. Alright, Sylvanas for the win. Nice game right there. This is a pretty fun deck. The Polymorph is really setting up some good situations for us, I feel like. I think we're kind of getting saved by that Polymorph in a few of these moments, right? Alright, we're going up against a Sneed here. I've got a Quillbore that I can kind of send up this way. Sneed's walking up the right side, and we've got a Warsong Raider up the left side. We'll go ahead and put a Ghoul down. Sneed here. I think I can Plague Farm a little bit. Ooh. Alright. Quillbore gonna tank some of that. I'm gonna send my miner up here. Did okay attacking my tower. I can't really do anything. We're not gonna get much out of this Sylvanas right here. Some decent damage to the tower, but not enough. Banshee actually does a little damage there too, which is cool. We've got our miner. Oh, our miner got taken down. I was gonna say we got our miner walking here. No, we don't! I wish I had more unbound units here. I think that's like my... I think my biggest issue is just not enough unbound units. Even though he has not defended this push well at all. And he just let it walk. Sweet! Very nice. Another dub. Alright, going up against another Sneed right here. It's Horde Week, and we're seeing Sneed. We gotta watch out because they can get a sweet gold advantage very, very easily. Walk up a buddy here. Yeah. Ah. For some reason, my move didn't even work? That's very confusing. Why did Polymorph not do anything there? I don't even get it. Well, it didn't. That's life. Just gonna have to deal with that. Sneed is now walking center. Got some damage falling down on our right tower here. He might actually get it. I wish I knew what happened a moment ago where my Polymorph did nothing. I don't know if I've ever seen it act like that. We got two guys walking here. I would love to get a Quillbore, but he's a ways down the list. Ooh. We're gonna get a Stonehoof Tauren. That's nice. It's actually one of the nice times for something to bash you in the face is when you know it's gonna turn right around and hit the enemy, right? That's kind of sweet. Let's do like a little push here on the left. Just something for him to deal with. He's been pushing my tower. Let's push his tower a little bit. Our Ghoul, I mean, Ghouls do a lot of damage. They're so much tankier than you think. Like, look at how much damage he ended up doing there. Can walk a Ghoul and a Troll. Nice, we take that. Oh, is Stonehoof actually readjusted to deal with my units? So we actually get to walk up center. Beautiful. I'm gonna throw down another tank here. This should be the game. Yeah. Nice! Nice, nice, nice. Alright, we are running into... Oh boy. Oh boy, we got ourselves a Baron. Everybody likes the frosty skeletons, and they make our life so miserable. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. He's got a push coming center. He's gonna deal with his miner right here. Boy, oh boy. Got a Ghoul here. Hopefully this Ghoul stays in front of us. Gives us some tanking as we walk center. Plague Farmer, gonna try to stop this a little bit. Null Brutes, not super weak. Okay. Dark Spear Troll should make short work of this, as our center push actually is not bad at all. I should have noticed this miner earlier. That's a mistake. Should have been more on top of that. We could try to walk a ghoul up here. But this is a good push right now. He's in a little bit of trouble. If he throws down something big, I can look for a polymorph here. But we actually have a strong push. Damage is solid. We might just take it. Get out of here, Fire Elemental. You're a golden sheep now. Alright. Dang, I actually really like this Sylvanas deck. This is really fun. We haven't changed too much around with it. I didn't throw in, you know, Gargoyle or anything like that. And I didn't go to a lot of my, you know, normal, like, go-tos, Safe Pilot, Whelp Eggs, things like that. But I just wanted to play some Sylvanas games with this new sort of setup here. I'll have a link to the deck in the description. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Did you unlock Sylvanas? Do you like her? Tell me what you think. All right. Love you guys. We did it.